Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the Midst of Range. Today I'm finally going to be able to get into my full cast assessment for BB26. I wasn't able to get into it all yesterday. I know, sorry. I'm like a day late and a dollar short again. What's new on this channel? But yesterday was a busy day, okay? I made 2 videos about all the controversy going on with, a certain former house guest's friend being on the show. Also, the whole news with the rewind feature of the live feeds being taken away. And on top of that, I had to watch like 4 hours worth of interviews from Mike Bloom and Sharon Tharp, so just to prepare for this. So cut me some slack, all right? I don't even know why I'm doing this right now. I'm like arguing with nobody. Before I get into like each individual person from the cast and kind of just give my reactions, I just kind of want to give a brief summary, I guess, of kind of what I'm going over today. First of all, I don't really care that much about trying to like assess the strategic ability of everybody because first of all, it's kind of hard to do that in the preseason. I feel like you never really know how these people are going to play until they get in the house and you actually see it. But also, strategy's kind of boring. Like, that's not why I'm here to watch Big Brother. I'm here for the freaking mess, all right? That's why we watch Big Brother. We want good feeds. We want entertainment. We're team good feeds over here on the Midst of Range. We're mid in a lot of ways, but we have impeccable taste when it comes to our live feeds, okay? I'm kind of just assessing the players based on how entertaining I think they're going to be, how much I feel like I'm going to like them on the feeds, you got it? Just some things to kind of get off the top before we get into this. Apparently, they're going to have the ability to vote in a 17th house guest to the season. Now, it's kind of like an optional thing we just found out today that they might not vote in a 17th house guest, which I feel like there's got to be... It's going to be like BB19, when what was that old weird guy, Kevin? Sorry, Kevin, I'm not trying to throw strays. But Kevin, took $5,000 and it allowed Paul to come back into the house. And so I think it's going to be something along those lines, like a temptation where it's too good to turn it down because Big Brother definitely wants a 17th house guest in there. They're not going to put this on the table just for all of them to vote no. So I feel like whatever it is, we're going to get a 17th house guest. I'm kind of on the edge of my seat waiting to see who it's going to be. There's been a lot of meme pics on Twitter that have been making me laugh, about this person's rumored to be the 17th house guest. I don't really have any good ideas of who it's going to be. I also have been seeing on the timeline I have on good authority from all the people that are attracted to men that we finally have hot men on BB again, which is good, I guess. I'm happy for them. We had a rough drought the past few seasons, I get it. So finally some hot men to look at. Hopefully they're not as problematic as seasons past. And also, I didn't do the Instagram stalking, but I've seen a lot of people on Twitter that have, and apparently there's a lot of Bible verses in people's bios, which... gross. Don't want to see any of that. It makes sense seeing how Julie has gone down the whole Bible thumper route the past few years. So I'm not gonna list off each person if they had a Bible quote or not, because I don't really know that information. But you can probably guess some of these people who had the Bible quotes and who didn't. Let's get into this. All right, let's get in individual person by person. I'm going alphabetical order here. Let's start out with Angela. Age 50, she's from Long Beach, now she lives in Utah, she's a real estate agent. I love Angela, I really liked her in her interviews, she seems like a very nice lady. She describes herself as a people person, says she's unapologetically herself. She seems like somebody I would get along with, that I would want to play with if I were in the Big Brother house. I don't really know how that's gonna fare for her, if she's actually gonna be as cutthroat as she thinks she's gonna be. But she seems like a nice lady that could potentially be some fun feeds. She did say that when it comes to Big Brother, morals are out the window and she's just here for the money, which I love to hear that. I feel like on a lot of these reality shows, they have not been casting enough people that are there for the money. Because if I were on this show, that's all I'm thinking about, you know what I mean? So it's good to see some money-hungry people out there. I want some broke, crazy people on my feeds this summer. Also, she said that she's never been invited to a slumber party. Who never invited this poor woman to a slumber party? That's just terrible. If I would have invited her. That's really weird of me to say. If I were a woman that was the same age as her, I would have invited her to a slumber party, okay? Because she seems awesome. She seems like somebody that I would want to be friends with, and how dare you neglect her of that experience, people. Ooh boy, Brooklyn. This is the person I made a whole video about yesterday. She's the one that is apparently friends friends with Aaron. There have been a lot of photos and videos circulating of her being with Aaron, talking about Aaron. So bad vibes right off the bat. She seemed nice in her interviews, but I'm very skeptical of her. I'm not going to give her any benefit of the doubt, really. She also called herself a girl's girl, which, normally, we like to hear that, but after BB24, I don't know how I feel about that term anymore. She wants to be the first married mother to win, which is a very weird distinction. I'm pretty sure that no mother has won. I mean, there have been plenty of women that have won and then gone on to become mothers afterwards, but I don't think we've had an actual person who was a mother at the time win Big Brother, which kind of a red flag for the show as a whole. But there's a lot of red flags when it comes to Big Brother. But yeah, the first married mother to win. Good for her, I guess. Good luck with that. Cam, automatically skeptical off the bat based on the name. He does seem like a nice guy, though. I like him better than the other Cam already. He likes the moms. Which I get it. I like the moms too. Moms are awesome. He wants to work with the older people, which is an interesting thing that a few people said on this cast, actually. They normally don't say that, so cool to hear, I guess. He kept calling himself suave in the interviews, which kind of gave me what is this guy going to get in a showmance or something? I feel that's not what suave has to mean, but a lot of times guys that are calling themselves suave, they're trying to be oh, I'm so smooth with the ladies, ugh. So I hope it's not that. He says he wants to get slimed. That's on his Big Brother bucket list. He wants to get slimed, which I guess that's part of the show now. He should have gone on Nickelodeon if he wanted to get slimed, but whatever. I just realized I forgot to do these people's bios. Shit. Whatever. I don't care about the bios. We're not doing the bios. You got the bio of Angela. I'm just going off the interviews for the rest of them, okay? You guys know their age and occupation. Who cares? I'll bring it up if it matters. Cedric seems like a nice guy, I guess. But red flag, he's 21 years old and a Marine already. What? Hopefully he's not one of those military bros. Because, when I hear Marine, I immediately went to, Cody Nixon, which I did not want another one of those people on Big Brother, you know what I mean? You can definitely tell that Cedric is young. He just kind of gives off that energy, but he still seems like a nice enough guy. I did write down, this dude's going to be miserable in the DR. He's going to be our DR yeller. He's going to be giving canned lines. It is not going to be fun watching his DRs on the show, but maybe he'll be fun on the feeds. We'll see. Chelsea. I originally liked her when I watched these interviews. She gave good energy. I felt like she was going to give off good feeds, but I got hit like a Mack truck when I found out some information about her. It was kind of like when I found out that Jimmy Fallon might be getting canceled, and I was like, but the Tonight Dough. What else am I supposed to eat when I'm, cooked out of my mind at 1:30 in the morning? They better not get rid of the Tonight Dough. I don't even know how that relates. But anyway, the information we found out, some problematic information, that Chelsea is pro-Israel, pro-Zionism, which I stand with Palestine, okay? I do not stand with Israel. That's all I gotta say about that. And she also apparently follows Candace Owens on social media, which is just another huge red flag. You don't like to see that, so sorry, Chelsea, but you got the staying card revoked. You're too problematic for me to like you, so on to the next one. Joseph, we got a Joey Rodriguez up on Big Brother finally. For those of you that don't know the Joey Rodriguez lore, there's an old weird guy named Glenn on BB18 that made a burner account on Twitter called Joey Rodriguez, and he was going under his fellow female house guests' tweets and saying that they should hook up with Glenn. This is, for those of you that aren't familiar with Big Brother, this is the type of wild stuff you can prepare yourself for. Joey is a video store clerk, which either he's an adult video store clerk or this is just a long meme or long-running gag that he's kind of in on. No way he's an actual video store clerk. He looks like Matt Hoffman in disguise. I've seen people, I think Eric Stein said that on Twitter. He totally does. Looks like Matt Hoffman in a disguise. He says he's a big fan. And he also is confident that he won't say anything that'll get him canceled, which, if you're a big fan, you should know that the fan base will try to cancel you for pretty much anything, buddy. So, I don't know. You might be jumping too soon. Kenny, a former Boston cop. If you've seen any of my basketball videos, you know how I feel about Boston, alright? Haven't we had enough of these former undercover cops? We had Derek in Big Brother 16. We had Summer Steve on BB20. We just had Sean on The Mole. I'm kind of tired of the whole undercover cop thing. This guy says he's going to lie about his profession, but good luck with that, buddy, because does he not just scream pig? When I watched that video, it was oinking at me through the screen. Oh my god, there's no way he's going to be able to pull off any sort of lie telling these people he's not a cop. Chemo, all caps, I stan. I'm not the type to start standing people before the season, but this dude, I freaking love Chemo. Oh my gosh, dude. Chemo is the man. He's the first native Hawaiian on Big Brother. Got good vibes all around. He's going to be great feeds. I can already tell it. I absolutely adore him. He's a queer person from religious background, which you love to see somebody that's able to come out of that and, just be himself regardless. Leah, the other person I stan, all caps, I stan. I only stan 2 people preseason. I stan Leah. Her sister is a big fan. I've seen her on Twitter. I already follow her. She seems amazing. I love her. She's just giving such amazing energy, like a little delusional, like Victoria mastermind. I wrote down, she reminds me of the girl from Nathan For You that was on The Hunk, that like goes on a date with Solomon, that says like her deepest, darkest secret was that she doesn't like wearing socks, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. She went on the Quiznos date, but absolute legend already. I absolutely love her. I stan Leah and Chemo. Lisa's gonna be great feeds. I already love it. This lady is gonna fight. Okay, if somebody's bothering her, she's not gonna be afraid to tell them what's bothering her. Okay, she's ready to put up the dukes, and I love it. I'm so here for her. I can't wait to see Lisa on my feeds. Mackenzie. First of all, look at the way she spells her name. I know that's very low hanging fruit, but really. Really, are we doing this? She just gives off very bland vibes to me. I said if she was on Survivor, she would get like 4 confessionals the whole season. I mean, first of all, Survivor famously hates women. They famously under-edit them, but also she's just so bland, like she's not getting any screen time on Survivor. Maybe on Big Brother, because she does seem like she could get in a showmance, which, Big Brother loves their showmances. So who knows, but I don't know. I'm not very excited for Mackenzie at this point. Matt. Wasn't this guy here last season? Didn't we have a Matt just like this last season? Hot guy, but very bland and dumb. Maybe there'll be less Andrew Tate quotes coming from him, which would be nice, but I'm not super excited right off the bat with him. This is the other guy that says he likes moms and older people, so that's cool, I guess. I feel like he's going to be bros with Cam, and it also seems like he could be a showmance guy. He also, this was a little interesting to me. He says that he feels like a lot of people see him as a douche when they first meet him, and now I get, like, if you're saying that just based off of like looks alone, I get it. Don't judge a book by its cover. I feel bad for you from that sense. You don't want to prejudge somebody just based off of the way they look. But if it's from like how you act, like if you're actually an asshole and people think you're a douche, then like maybe you should look at yourself in the mirror, do some self-reflection a little bit. Like it's a very mild red flag for me when people are like, oh yeah, people think I'm a douche when they first meet me. It's like, maybe it's because you fucking are a douche, dude. Quinn seems nice. A lot of people seem to like think he's gonna do super well, which I am a little bit worried for him. I don't know if he'll like fit in super well, but Quinn seems like the type of guy I would hang out with in real life. Seems like a really nice guy. He was talking about the types of Big Brother players. He says snakes and rats. I'm following him there, like the Survivor analogy. Then he gets into frogs and doves. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about here? What, is there a whole animal kingdom in this Big Brother house that I'm unaware of? But whatever. Seems like a cool enough guy. Hopefully he does well. Rabina. I love her. I almost stan her, but not quite. I can only give out 2 stan cards before the season, and she just missed out, but I love her. She's representing Filipino people out there. Gotta love that. Rooting for Asians has a huge W this season. I know they were very excited about a leaked cast member that ended up not getting on the show, and they're kind of disappointed about that, but I think this is a huge W for rooting for Asians. Also, she wants to bring that big sister energy. This just made me think of BB18. You remember Davon's team where they were big sister, and they're like, we are big, and then Paul comes in like, sister. I don't know, when she's talking about big brother, big sister, that made me think of that. Sorry. Takora, I love Takora. I love the accent. I love that she's got lesbian moms. Got a shout out to that. Represent. I'm a huge lesbian fan over here. An alarming amount of my friends and family are queer women, so you love to see it. She seems badass. She has a very fun, unique energy and personality. I think she's going to do really well on this show. This was cool. I saw this on Instagram that apparently for the Renaissance tour, she crocheted her and her sister's different outfits for the Renaissance tour, which was like so cool. You'd love to see it. They were just slaying in those. Last but not least, we got Tucker. Tucker has some very unique energy here. Seems like a really likable guy. I wrote down he has a low floor, high ceiling. He has a very high variance for me. Like, he could be the winner of the season, or he could absolutely flame out. I feel like he could get messy. He said that he could play like Brett from BB20, which is kind of like a wild thing to say, but I'm here for it. Whatever. I see you, Tucker. This is my guess of the guy that Cody Calafiore knows. He's giving off big Cody vibes. He's from the same area and everything, but seems like a way cooler version of Cody to me. But yeah, that's the whole cast. Those are my thoughts on them. I'm sure that these will immediately change once the feeds come up, but for now, these are my opinions on the people.